trouble. I mean, we need a manager cam, don't we, tonight? Player cam's great, but manager cam tonight could be the one to watch.
Yeah, and it's going to be Stefano Pioli's 500th Serie A game as a manager, and he turns 60 tomorrow.
Ah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, just a little footnote on the benches tonight. Fiorentina got 13 on the bench. Milan only got 7 on the bench, ravaged through injuries.
And the big worry for Allegri will be that this fine early season form that we're seeing from them could get derailed because of the sheer severity of the injury problems they've got.
Yeah, they've got to try and make sure they grind on tonight, get a win. They face Pisa after that, another win potentially, then a couple of tricky games against Atalanta and Roma. So I would imagine the physio and the guys on the treatment table are going to have to do some serious work to get back fit again. Christian Pulisic is the obvious miss the form that he's been in.
He's possibly been the best player in the league so far this season. But when one door closes, another opens on, and Rafael Leao will make his first league start this season.
It'll be interesting to see if he leads the line along with Salamakers. Salamakers might just come off that right-hand side and play as a sort of double false 9 with Leao. We'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, how they set up tonight, Milan, is going to be really interesting with all the injury problems that they have, with some fringe players coming into the team. They are desperate to carry on building Milan on the wonderful start they've made. Fiorentina just want to get their season going. Milan again will be wearing a change strip at San Siro. Those two well known to each other. As I mentioned earlier, the last two men to guide AC Milan to a league title. Stefano Pioli most recently. Max Allegri will hope to do it this season, and the way they've started Milan, they are certainly looking like they could be in the conversation, but with so many injuries, this is going to be a test for them tonight. Despite the poor start they've made, Fiorentina, there is quality in their team. This is the Milan side. The international break has not been kind at all to them. They've lost Rabiot, Pulisic, Nkunku, Estupinian and Loftus-Cheek. The Salamakers, who have been a doubt, have been past fit to play. Leao makes his first league start of the season. He hasn't scored a home league goal in 17 months. Also brought into the side are Ricci and Atacame, who both make their first league start. For Milan, Santiago Jimenez moves to the bench, and as Don mentioned earlier, only 7 subs named tonight by Max Allegri. Fiorentina in their traditional colours, La Viola. San Siro ready to be entertained. Ranieri wears the armband for Fiorentina, Mike Maignan for Milan. Our referee is Livio Marinelli, made his Serie A debut in October 2017. He's also served as a chief marshal in the Italian army, departed peacekeeping missions in Afghanistan. In charge of VAR this evening is Rosario Aviso, who is assisted by a veteran. If he can be a veteran of the VAR room, had it long enough. It's Alejandro Di Paolo. A big plus for Fiorentina is the fitness of striker Moise Kean, who had been a big doubt with an ankle injury, picked up playing for Italy. He starts though. There's only one change to the 11 that began Laviola's last game, a 2-1 loss to Roma. Albert Gudmundsson moves to the bench, and Niccolò Fagioli, formerly of Juventus, comes into the midfield. Lots of the pre-match focus on Rafael Leao.
Absolutely, wonderful player. I think he's at a point in his career now where he should be coming into his prime, so he's got to start being consistent. The talent is there, he's got beautiful balance, great skills. Now he's got to put it all together.
Florenzi, the former Milan player watching on there, along with some of the injured players. Yashari, Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic. Rafael Leao up against a good friend in football tonight in Moise Kean. And the national team head coach Gattuso watches on. A 100% start for him in the Italy job. We could get a good game here this evening. Milan in their change strip of all yellow against Fiorentina. He returns to San Siro hoping to get his first league win of the season on the board.
Yeah, the form's not been great. 3 draws, 3 losses so far for Pioli coming back to San Siro. And Milan in fantastic form before the 0-0 draw against Juve in Turin. 4 wins on the spin for Milan.
They had that dreadful start, didn't they, against Cremonese at San Siro, but since then, it's been really impressive.
I think the most impressive win along the way was the 2-1 win against Napoli with 10 men. Luka Modric was amazing in that game. Milan were down to 10.
Far from at full strength tonight, though, the home side, as Fofana is dispossessed. Going to put the ball out of play here so that Fofana can receive treatment. Another injury is the last thing he needs.
Yeah, I think Fofana will be fine. I think it was one of them where it was actually a good tackle, but he didn't see the player behind him, and I think Fofana just made contact, which was probably stunned him for a second, but he'll recover.
It's great to see Stefano Pioli back at San Siro. The work that he did, so I know that it didn't end brilliantly, but the work that he did in his time here was superb, really.
Fantastic coach, absolutely fantastic coach. I think sometimes you only realise how good someone is when they leave.
I think he came to the club with a reputation really as a provincial coach. Many questioned whether he was a big enough name really for the Milan job, but then he guided them to the title in the end. A magnificent season. They had the likes of Benacer and Tonali, Kessie in the midfield, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was back at the club.
Some team.
Dodo. Some big names here tonight. Galliani there, watching on with Gattuso. And this place sounds wonderful as ever.
Got to be on your bucket list if you're a lover of Serie A. Get it on your bucket list. Go and visit San Siro.
I keep thinking how much we need to make the most of it while it's still around.
Once you're inside the stadium, it's the depth of the noise. It's really, really deep. It's a fantastic atmosphere, but it gets right inside of you as a fan.
Was it the Champions League semi-final that you were at?
Twice. I went once in 2000 when I was a player at Sunderland, the Champions League semi-final, and then the one a couple of years back, and it was amazing.
Salamakis. Leao. Modric. Salamakis. Batasagi, some really promising young talent. Salamakis.
Fair to say, when I was in that game against Inter, I was like a kid in the sweet shop just walking down where the managers sit. I couldn't believe I was just allowed just to walk quite freely. It was just amazing. Whoa. And the fans were singing Pioli's on fire.
I was just about to say that. I remember that night you sent me a video.
Yeah, it's still on my phone. As I said before, the atmosphere is just so loud and so deep.
So an early set-piece opportunity here for the Rossoneri. Still David De Gea tested.
Test for Fiorentina early on in the game. 4 or 5 minutes in.
Surely it will be Modric to take it. Batasagi is there as well. No, Modric left it, and it's going to be a chance. Way over in the end from Tomori.
And he should score, you know. I know he's a centre-back, standing right in front of goal, and in the end it was a wild effort, but once it falls to you, even on your left foot, take a lot of power away from that and make sure you hit the target. It's all about the timing.
Talking about a new contract for Tomori here, such has been his start to this season. His current deal is up in 2027. But it was Conceição that really fought to keep Tomori at Milan when it was thought that they were happy to let him go at one point.
I think you look at that back three now with Pavlovic, Gabbia and Tomori. All three, in my opinion, as we sit here and watch them all, banging form, right in their prime.
Allegri's played a big part in that, hasn't he? Ricci. After Saki had made the run into the box. Fiorentina battling to try and win it back. Clearly, Rafael Leao was holding Fagioli.
I'm watching on. I think you'll be hoping for a performance from Rafael Leao tonight. I think he needs to start showing the world how good he is. As I said before, he's gone through quite a few managers. But now at 26, he's coming into his prime. And the talent is there.
Allegri was very interesting on Leao when he spoke about him yesterday. He said he's got extraordinary technical quality. I think he should be allowed to express himself, but there's too much talk about Leao. He's a golden boy and he wants to do well. Time will tell if he becomes a true champion.
But the talk only comes from a good place. That's why I always say I'm critical of Leao, because I realise I can see the player that he can be, and I want him to stitch it all together. That's what Allegri will be trying to do. That's why potentially this might be, even with Jimenez back fit, Pulisic, this might be his best position, that sort of false 9 or number 10 role. Give him loads of freedom. He's going to make mistakes, he's that type of player, but when he turns it on, it's something special.
Fagioli. Dodo. 4 in the box here, Fiorentina. Given away by Nicolussi Caviglia. Salamakis. Modric. Must be wonderful for Ricci to be training and playing with Luka Modric. You'd pick up so much, wouldn't you, in that position?
Oh, every single day.
Pavlovic. Salamakis. Referee lets it go on. Rafael Leao. Ricci.
Yeah, he's the type of player, Modric, where you learn a lot, obviously, in-game, but it's day-to-day where you learn so much off him.
Ricci. Caught there, the referee says no. Up it goes to Moise Kean, who was being held by Gabbia. Fiorentina get themselves up the pitch. Got to say, I'm a bit surprised that Moise Kean starts tonight. Been down with the ankle injury he picked up in the win for Italy over Fiorentina, over Estonia, I should say.
I think it's one of them. I think when you're half playing with an injury, it's important that you show that character, put yourself out there.
I've been training separately since he returned from international duty. Mongracic. Nicolussi Caviglia. Played by the teenager Bartasaki. Pavlovic.
That's good intent from Fiorentina. Just shy of 10 minutes, just trying to press Milan.
Talking as well yesterday, Allegri, about how if Milan are to collectively as a team raise the bar, that they have to be angry after games like the one against Juve when they had the chances to win it. Could and should have won really, but had to settle for a point. Ghosts. Nicolussi Caviglia. Mari. Ranieri. Gracic. Fagioli. Pazzini. Nice approach play this by Fiorentina. It was a good ball in there as well. It was cut out superbly by Tomori. Pazzini. From Gracic. Mardi. Good confident play this from Laviola. Gosens goes down. Battle for possession with Fakayo Tomori. Ricci, Salamakis, Pavlovic, Modric always available. Ricci,
He's got a great ability, Modric, to stand either behind the ball or alongside. It's always offering that little bit of space. Try and get time on the ball. So it's important that Fiorentina find the body in there to get tight to him. Whether that's Pazzini or Fagioli.
Stefano Pioli was saying that when he was Milan coach, he met Luka Modric on holiday, and that Modric introduced himself to Pioli as a big Milan fan. Grew up admiring Boban.
It's a nice way of getting yourself a move.
Salamakis finds Rafael Leao.
Funny that I've done that a few times myself on holiday, but the moves never come off.
Pre-seasons in Italy. It used to be quite popular back in the day, didn't it?
We did. You threw me, it'll come to me. We went to a beautiful place where Milan, Juve, Inter, I remember Glasgow Rangers went there when Graham Souness was the manager, just outside of Pisa.
Yeah, lovely part of the world. Tuscany. Mazzini. Having plenty of the ball, Fiorentina up towards Moise Kean, the header by Pavlovic, as the offside flag goes up. I saw that there was a little bit of talk, I don't think there's anything in it, but as Spalletti going to Nottingham Forest, I thought, you're going to have to go some to prize him away from his vineyard in Tuscany.
Mancini's been linked as well.
Yeah. If Spalletti, I live in the Nottingham area, if Spalletti got the Nottingham Forest job, I think I'd want a season ticket.
Will he last to Marinakis though? That's the big question.
Would Mancini? I mean, that's combustible, isn't it? Although we said that about De Laurentiis.
We did. Yeah, we did, to be fair.
Kame making his first league start for Milan. Fofana. Sliding in was Robin Gosens. Also former Inter player, so knows this place well.
Yeah, got an important role tonight, Gosens and Dodo on the flanks for Fiorentina. Got to make sure you get up and down, but at the same time, tuck inside.
Just a word on that man in the screen there for Fiorentina, Don Moise Kean. I've watched every Italy game, the full 90 minutes, for quite a while now. He's got 4 goals in his last 3 games for Italy. Him and Retegui have been absolutely brilliant.
I mean, Retegui's second goal the other day, absolutely welding into the top corner. It's a goal machine. But sometimes young players need a little bit of time to mature. That's why I was saying before, Rafa Leao's got to do the same, but Moise Kean now at 25, you feel as though he's putting it all together.
Leao was waiting in the box, too much on it for him.
I think we've all known for quite a while that Moise Kean always had the ability. We've seen it in flashes, we've seen it in glimpses. It's about being consistent.
Signed a new contract recently until 2029. But he and the man who just made that pass, Rafael Leao, mentioned they're good mates. They've been working on a music album as well. Modric with the pass. Fagioli. Given away by Ranieri. Modric first there.
Confident start from Milan. 1 and 2 touch football.
Pavlovic. Oh, lovely that from Salamakers, but then Dodo did well to win it back. And now they can break forward. Moise Kean with the run. Just couldn't quite find him. Gabia was there, but it was excellent from Salamakers initially, but the recovery from Dodo was brilliant.
Yeah, it looks like Salamakers has got a free roll tonight, but good strength is from Dodo. And then you know once he gets on the ball, he's really, really quick and can find a pass. He had a simple pass actually to Passini, but he tried the harder one to Moise Kean. He could moan Salamakers there, but it was a fine tackle in my opinion from Dodo. Good tackle. Good refereeing.
Just over a quarter of an hour gone at San Siro. Chance perhaps for a long throw in here from Gosens. Stefano Pioli speaking with the fourth official. But this is danger for Milan. Pablo Mari, Pongracic, both in the box. No lack of height in there for Laviola.
Yeah, when you're dealing with a long throw, it's all about first contact. If you're Fiorentina, try and help it on, win first contact. If you're Milan, try and get some distance on your head when you head it away.
Gosens with the chance to cross. Over towards Dodo, headed by Bartasaghi. Another chance to stick one in the box. Great distance on that. And the referee here has given the decision Milan's way.
Competitive start though for Fiorentina, the away side.
Pavlovic, a little bit clumsy there, tangling with Pablo Mari. It's interesting with this poor start that Fiorentina have made this season. I guess from the outside you might think that the fans would be unhappy with Stefano Pioli, but it's more their anger has been turned more towards the director of sport, Daniele Prada, who's been putting insulting stickers around the stadium, some of the ultras, with his head on the body of a pig and the word leap. Fofana. Milan get the free kick this time.
I like the attitude of the Fiorentina players though. They're trying to get stuck into Milan, they're not allowing them to play, dictate the tempo, and have easy possession. They're trying to get touch tight. The takeaway is when you look at this Fiorentina squad, not too much in the starting 11. With the lads on the bench, there's loads of teenagers. It's a very, very young squad in my opinion. The majority of them anyway.
So almost 20 gone at San Siro. They're organising what is only going to be a two-man wall. in the box for Milan. Ricci and Salamakis towards the edge of the area.
No one's marking Pavlovic. I know he's standing sort of half a yard offside, but he might be in if the ball's towards the far post.
Floated in by Modric. Oh, it's Pavlovic! What a chance.
That's the second big chance. The first one fell to Tomori. That one there was the easier one for Pavlovic to hit. It fell to him really kindly. Again, there's no need to have a wild strike. Just keep it down. It's all about the timing. Could even go your instep. The one that Zlatan would have put away.
That's what he was thinking.
It's just a little facial expression just to say, I'd have scored that.
Oh, well brought down by Dodo, who started every league game this season. Nicolussi Caviglia. Mandragora. He scored 50% of Fiorentina's Serie A goals this season. Mandragora, he's got 2.
Therein lies the problem.
Yeah, of all the forward talent they've got at the club, and certainly in terms of wages, they've invested a fair bit with someone like Dzeko coming to the club. Piccoli just made his Serie A debut. Gudmundsson's been dropped from the side tonight. Moise Ken, an Italy starter, but only 1 goal between all of them.
Well, that's the problem. On top of only 2 clean sheets so far this season.
That's 1 league goal, by the way, in all competitions. But as you said, it's been a fairly bright start from them here. Pongracic.
Yeah, I feel as though their approach is the right one. Instead of sitting off and being defensively sound but playing too deep and allowing Milan to have loads of possession, at least they've got some territory in the game and they're trying to step onto Milan.
I really like this player, Don Bartasaki. I think he's got a big future. Really will challenge Stupinian for that, to be the first choice on that left-hand side. Stupinian injured at the minute.
Yeah, when he had his suspension as well at the same time as Bartasaki got in the team. That's all you want as a youngster. You want to be given the opportunity. He definitely took it.
Just made his Italy under-21s debut. In fact, got an assist for Kamada, another youth graduate at Milan, in the 5-1 win over Armenia.
And we were just looking up before the game, weren't we, where Ruben Loftus-Cheek was. Apparently he failed the fitness test today, on top of Nkunku being injured and Rabiot, Pulisic.
The international break has decimated them, really, hasn't it? What did you say earlier? 7 subs, wasn't it, Phil?
7 subs, yeah.
Well, you think it's some of the most influential players as well. Pulisic, Rabiot, who started or played every minute at every game since he came in. But still Modric just keeps going, doesn't he?
Yeah, let's not mention his age. We won't play Modric bingo tonight his age, because whenever we do, it's meant from a good place to compliment how good he is. He's still patrolling that midfield.
He just got his 191st and 192nd Croatia caps. Dodo with the cross.
It's a testament to how he lives his life off the pitch. That's why he's still going.
Yeah.
He won't lose the talent. Never really had the legs, so he won't lose any sort of pace or anything. Still got the football brain.
So Nicolussi Caviglia across to take the corner. Just been with Italy on international duty. Didn't make his debut, but it was his first senior caller. Was involved in a training camp under Mancini a few years ago, but in the squad proper for the first time, the man taking the corner here. Came off Gosens. Nicolussi Caviglia wins another corner.
Ah, very bright start, just forcing Milan back a couple of corners. Great opportunity for a if Milan do get the win to go top of Serie A in a really, really tight league. 3 teams on 15 points.
Nervous whistles all around San Siro as Nicolucci Caviglia takes this. Dodo is in support here. Still plenty forward for Laviola, blocked by Modric. Ranieri.
Good player to watch, Ranieri. Very versatile.
Now by Modric.
Bit late, bit high. Lucky not to get a yellow.
I wonder if it helps to be Luka Modric.
Probably.
Did well there, Modric. Salamakis. After a lot of Rafael Leao, who've not seen a great deal of so far.
No, they need to find him. He tried one with the outside to put there, Modric. Didn't quite come off.
Sargent. Has come a long way here. Dodo wasn't convinced he was going to get there, I don't think.
Look where Pavlovic is. That was a feature in the game against Juve. How advanced Pavlovic was during the game.
Yeah, he looks a different player, I've got to say, this season under Allegri.
He's just got given the license, isn't he? Go on, if you want to run forward, express yourself. Luka Modric will drop back, cover your position.
I remember watching one game where I think I said to you, it feels like he's getting into the sort of position Bastoni does for Inter.
I think it was a Juve game. It was the same game. He was very advanced, had a couple of chances in that game. Pretty sure he's involved in, wasn't that game obviously because that was a 0-0 draw. It might be the Napoli game.
Napoli, yeah.
Involved in one of the goals.
He was.
I think he dropped it off to Fofana, who then laid on a play for Pulisic.
Salamakis. They've lost it, and then Modric wins it back. Salamakis looking for Rafael Leao. They've tried that pass a few times now.
Yeah, I think they'd be better off going to Leao's feet rather than trying to clip it over the top. He's got 3 centre-backs he's going to try and beat with any sort of run. Be a little bit more cute with that delivery into Leao's feet.
Gosens. Cleared by Gabbia.
Had a little bit more time than he thought there, Ranieri.
Lots of quality in the stands tonight for Milan. Pulisic out with a hamstring injury that he picked up with the USA. Had been managing an ankle problem as well before he picked up the hamstring issue. Milan apparently not happy with the USA that he was risked with an injury in a friendly, because he's now expected to be out for a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm not sort of buying that one. I mean, if you're Pochettino, you want to try and play him in a game, and how are you to sort of know that player's going to get injured through a hamstring injury, a soft tissue muscle? It's crystal ball stuff, really.
Apparently they're also not happy with France either because of the injury for Rabiot. The calf problem that he's got. And it was the extent of it, I don't think, was immediately picked up by France, or at least that's what Milan are suggesting. And they felt that he should have been sent back to Italy a lot sooner than he was.
Well, I could understand that if he went there with a calf problem. You know, if he went there with a calf problem and they played him and risked him, then that's when you would feel aggrieved. But if that problem wasn't there in the first place, and again, soft tissue.
ties really well for Gattuso in charge of Italy, but it is almost certainly going to be the playoffs again for them. The nerves will be jangling come March.
They could face, I think, Sweden.
And there's lots of permutations. North Macedonia.
Yeah. We've done them a couple of years ago, didn't they? Yeah.
It's just borderline unthinkable for Italy to not be at 3 World Cups in a row.
Yeah, what I didn't realise the other day was it's not just one playoff game neither. They'll go to a playoff game, then another. So,
lots of jeopardy.
Yep. The strange thing is, when you look at the Italian national side, when you look at it on paper, it's incredibly strong. Brilliant midfield, fantastic defenders. Retegui, as you said before, is banging form. So you look at it, you wonder why they seem to struggle. Barella was in midfield, Locatelli, Tonali, fantastic midfield three. Pavlovic, top keeper in Donnarumma.
And then up top you've got Retegui and Ken, as you mentioned, in great form. Then you've got Esposito, who's just got his first international goal. You've got Kamada, who's coming on as well, nicely.
Great wing back to choose from.
Could be bright in the future, but they've got to get to that World Cup. Atacame. I'm really excited to see what happens with Kamada eventually when he's out on loan this season and when he ultimately comes back to Milan. Still so young. Scored with such regularity in his youth career. You just hope that he's going to be able to translate that to the senior game.
They've got a youngster on the bench in Emmanuel Sala, only 17. So short the bench is. Got to try and find a way of getting Salamakers and Leao some service.
A great deal here, Milan. There's a few best chances to fall into centre half. Loose from Tomori. Gosens couldn't quite find Moise Ken.
Yeah, I think they've got to tighten up their passing, get on 1 and 2 touch, but make sure it's crisp and accurate.
Salamakers. Still going. Atacame. Rafael Leao couldn't get his head on it.
Good move. Yeah, it was a good move. It was probably the best move of the game in terms of stitching the passes together. Worked it out wide to Atacame. He had to try and fizz that one across and didn't really give Leao a chance to get on the end of that, to be fair to Leao. It was just in front of him. He must have seen it late. Wonder if it's just worth Leao and Salamakers having a conversation, just switching. As Salamakers has come out to this left-hand side, it might be worth Leao coming over this side for 5 minutes, try and get a defender isolated.
Our focus tonight on Serie A, but they've got a European midweek coming up and some brilliant games as well in the Champions League. Newcastle at home to Mourinho's Benfica. City go to El Madrigal. I'll be heading over to Spain for that one. Can't wait for that. Liverpool, having lost 4 games in a row now, head to Frankfurt. Chelsea at home to Ajax. And it's the Glenn Hoddle derby, Monaco against Spurs as well on Wednesday. Some really good fixtures to look forward to on our channel. Very fortunate not to be going to Spain. I've always wanted to go to El Madrigal, but I looked at the app on my phone and thought, guaranteed sunshine.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms.
Put a coat in then.
It's actually not that cold, but very wet, apparently. Ricci. I don't think I'll get much sympathy off the view. Pavlovic to Bartasagi. It's a good area down. They're asking the question. It was Rafael Leao who went down.
Yeah, not many appeals from Leao, so much it's been a tangle of legs or something accidental.
Dodo. This is what we need the game to get a little bit stretched.
Hey. Yeah, defender definitely blocked him off. Pablo Mari just using all his experience, just standing still, allowing Leao just to run into him. And 3 draws so far. Fiorentina, 3 losses. There's not been much in the games apart from the 3-1 loss against Napoli at home. They've been in games.
The big problem is that they've conceded twice as many goals as they've scored. Given up 2 pretty good chances so far tonight for 2 of the centre-backs for Milan. Just working perhaps on the balance of his side.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Leao and Salamakas, as it stands, not quite working. Jimenez is on the bench.
Dodo should get to this. He's got Moise Ken waiting in the middle. A man down for Milan. Loads of Fiorentina players in the box. It's Ricci who's down, and now the play does stop.
It's a collision with his own player, which can always do the damage because you're never quite set. One in the neck there from Gavia. I think he'll survive. I think he'll be okay.
Interesting to see how much of the game Salamakas plays, because he was a major doubt for this tonight. Muscular injury on international duty. I've been training on his own all week.
Well, if he is struggling, the obvious answer would be Santiago Jimenez.
You know, he's not been flush with goals, Jimenez, but I think you and I, in the last few games we've seen him, have both felt he's led the line really well, particularly against Juventus.
Yeah, the games before that we watched, you could see there was a player that was really struggling with confidence.
Yeah.
Didn't take too many shots on, took an extra touch when needed. Much better against Juve. Even though he missed a couple, he was in the right places.
Intercepted by Pongracic. Gosens gives it away to Ricci. Back to Kamek.
I've just seen Max Allegri have a word with Salamakas, so I'll be interested in the next couple of minutes to see if he's changed the position or picks up a different position.
Pavlovic. Bartasagi.
Where I think someone like Salamakas could struggle. But sometimes when you play that false 9, it's a skill to stand still. And that's not in his repertoire. He's a player that's always on the move, always running, puts the miles in. An underrated skill out here in space to stand still.
It's a good throw in, really gets them going here with Fagioli, the former Juve man. Gosens has made a good run. Moise Kent in the middle. Salamakas with some green grass to run into. Looks immediately for Rafael Leao. Now this is where he can be so dangerous. Up against Pongracic. Tried to find Fofana, but it was such a difficult pass to make.
Yeah, I think you've got to be more selfish there. That's where Leao could pick up that ball on that left-hand side because he's got the skill. Not sure that pass is really on. Go and try and commit the defender, go and take him on. You can just feel there's a love-hate relationship between those two. You can develop it. Yeah, you can see it a mile off. Because he wants him to succeed, he wants him to play, he wants him to showcase his talent. It's just the decision-making.
Well, I'll repeat that quote I read a couple of weeks ago from Allegri about Leao. He said, God helps those who help themselves. He needs the team and the team needs him.
Yep. Which is basically putting it on the player. Come on. Going to give you the opportunity. But there was that amazing clip when he came on.
That's towards Moise Kean. He's lost it to Gabbia.
When he came on in the Juve game off the bench, and Allegri said to him, don't make me angry, do not make me angry, and he sent him on and missed 2 sitters.
Oh, Maignan under pressure. Wow.
Wow, Cruyff turn.
Never in doubt. Batasagi floated up towards Rafael Leao. Fofana. Last 4 minutes of this first half. Salamakers. Pavlovic.
I think Fofana's a player that could do more tonight and try and get in the box.
Good ball by Modric, Atakame.
Just thinking as a midfield player that plays number 8, go and get yourself in the box. If you've got 2 false 9s in Leao and Salamakers, when they come short, after we see this bit of skill from Maignan, I mean, another little turn, then a Cruyff. Amazing.
That looked like a goalkeeper who loves to find the sides in training.
Do you know, I played for Bruce Grobbelaar and he was 50 years away from his time, because he would have been incredible these days.
I mentioned how we've got the Champions League coming up this midweek, of course, as well. We've got on Thursday night the Europa League and the Conference League to look forward to. I'm particularly intrigued, I've got to say, Donnister, who's going to be in the dugout at the City Ground when Porto visit. Porto have had an excellent start to the season. They've won both of their Europa League games. We know it won't be Ange Postecoglou, talk of Mancini, talk of Sean Dyche. That'll be a big night in Nottingham.
Yeah, Sean Dyche being linked because of his assistants. Steve Stone and Ian Wone, 2 former Forest players. Mancini's been linked.
Of course, Palace in action as well in the Conference League. You saw that first game,
I did. Dynamo Kyiv, yeah.
Really excited to see how they do in that competition. Palace.
I think they could win it. Yeah, they could win it.
Well, I've been at finals where Chelsea have won it and where West Ham have won it.
2 trophies in the cabinet already for Crystal Palace. Amazing job that Oliver Glasner's done.
Oh, out of this world. Batasagi.
That's why I still think Ange Postecoglou needed more time. The job that Glasner done at Crystal Palace, I don't think he won a game for the first 7 or 8 games, you know. Look what he's done since.
Tomori. Modric. Looking for Rafael Leao, who was immediately on the move. Batasagi.
Must be really hard for a coach, thinking of Pioli. Must be really hard for a coach when you're putting in all the hard work and you're trying to execute game plans and everything from a day-to-day basis, and you're putting on patterns of play, and you see the quality in your team and you can't win a game. It must be so stressful. Just waiting for that first win. Trying to believe that what you're doing is the right thing, but you're not getting the results.
Moise Kean. Dodo. Patiently deep cross, which Maignan came and claimed.
Needed more patience there, Dodo. He's just got himself in an area on that right-hand side 2 or 3 times. He's too keen to try and whip that ball in, or try and take an extra pass or work a better angle.
He is a player who's frustrating that ball because he is capable of being creative. Only Yassin Adli got more league last season. Last seconds of the first 45, Fofana. Rafael Leao works it here to Bartasagi. Salamakis. And still onto the right foot. Wild in the end. The first half, really.
Correct, Adam. Tamori had a wild effort, Pavlovic wild effort, and for him, Salamakis, especially on his right foot, there's no real need to try and take the leather off the ball, just whip it towards the bottom or top right-hand corner, test the hair. Surely he'll be a happy man if they keep that clean sheet in San Siro.
Need to get him more involved in the final third, don't they? But first and foremost, when you're still waiting for your first win, it's about being solid at the back.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be tough for Moise Kean tonight. He's playing up against 3 centre-backs, so he's going to have to stay patient, wait for his chance. Keep the centre-backs honest, keep working them, make sure your touch is good. Link the play for your midfield players.
So just the 60 seconds added on at the end of the first half. Chances have been rather at a premium. The two best opportunities for Milan have fallen to centre-backs. Pavlovic with one of them. Fiorentina have had moments of promise, but no real cutting edge to their play. And at half-time at San Siro, it is Milan 0, Fiorentina 0.
We've never been afraid of playing anyone.
When we're playing against them, there's more friends, you know that I'm a winner. I don't like losing whatsoever.
I'm going to show everyone my ability, and first season was #1.
Save! Wow!
Every time we step on the pitch, we want to win. That's why you play. Let's see who wants it.
Oh, they couldn't stop the big player.
It won't be easy coming to the G6.
Time to get to work.
One stronger and fuller looking hair.
New LV Growth Booster. A breakthrough scalp serum with Amine XLR, niacinamide and ginger extract to reduce hair loss for visibly denser hair. 77% agree hair looks thicker and stronger. Fight hair loss with new LV Growth Booster by L'Oreal Paris.
We're worth it.
To banish makeup and impurities, upgrade your cleansing routine. Don your micellar water with Wicked for Good. Micelles work like magic, attracting makeup and impurities. Up to 100% of makeup gone for good. Sensitive skin is soothed and hydrated. Don your micellar water. No wonder it's the UK's #1 by Garnier Naturally. At Red...
the best performance so far that we've seen. I think Jimenez on the bench surely has to be an option, because from what I'm seeing from Leao and Salamanca, there's 2 false nines. In my opinion, it's not working so far.
It's just looked a bit disjointed in the final third for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, sometimes you need a player, when you've got all that talent behind you, sometimes you need a player that's willing to stand still and link the play, and that's what potentially Jimenez could be.
And the changes that man makes in the second half could be quite significant, and he is a coach who has a reputation as one who manages in-game very well indeed. Allegri, we were comparing, weren't we, the differences between Conte and Allegri when their 2 sides met recently. Conte is the planner, meticulous, wants everything, exactly how they're going to play. The whole game is almost planned out, whereas Allegri reacts more in games.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think you can see that. This would be a good test for him tonight, good test for obviously Pioli, how he manages the second half. As it stands, they've got a point and a clean sheet.
Oh, Florenzi's enjoying his return here, isn't he?
He's had an espresso at half time.
Modric. We have a young Modric, one of the better players for Milan in that first half. He was away on international duty this week, but he still, even after he got back from that, he went and surprised kids at Milan's academy this week as well. Got them all together, there was all the high fives with the little kids, gave them a chat, and he said, believe in yourselves, playing football is the best thing that can happen to you.
Oh, goosebumps.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's such a professional.
It's said that he may well end up going back to Real Madrid to work in their academy eventually.
You know what, I could see that. I could see that being a very obvious move for Luka Modric, wherever it is. I could definitely see him being a coach, 100%. He's got too much knowledge.
Playing an important part here for Milan, particularly with the other senior players that they've got missing right now. It's a lot of talent not available to Max Allegri tonight, but they still are looking to go top of the table.
And we'll see what he's tweaked at half-time. As I said before, in-game manager. See what he's tweaked and see what he said to his players at half-time to spark a change for the second 45.
It's Mazzini. Against Mazzini by Atacame. The bright talent Mazzini signed from Empoli over the summer. Been with them a long time, since 2017, came to the youth system there.
2 good young players, either side of Moise Kean, Mazzini and Fagioli.
Dodo. Moise Kean. Dodo. Nicolucci Caviglia to Fagioli. Rafael Leao. Three. Spot play back.
I don't think he's given a handball against Leao. Can't be sure. Why not play the advantage? That's what Leao's saying, I was away.
I think the referee maybe there is acknowledged an error. I've heard the referee say once, we are allowed to make mistakes.
True. We make plenty on the pitch. Pavlovic. She's not when they're against you.
If you're going to make a mistake, make it in the middle of the pitch. Yeah. Atacame. Finding with Fofana. Modric. Marcus wins the throw.
Thinking of ref there, I got ref by Kalina a couple of times, and he's a man. Yeah. He's a man you stayed away from.
Those eyes.
He refereed the England-Scotland game at Wembley. Not sure who scored the winner that night, Adam. he was fair, you know. He let a lot of hard tackles go. One of the very best, Kalina.
Yeah. A legendary referee, I think you'd say.
It's up to Milan. The onus is on them to try and break Fiorentina down. They'll try and enjoy possession. Something to hang on to in that clean sheet.
Pavlovic. Tomori. Atacame.
Struggling to solve a couple of problems, Milan. Tactically, they can't find a spare player. Doing a good job, Fiorentina, not allowing the space.
Ajoli trying to nick it back, so did Gosens. The yellow card showed here by a referee to Atacame. I think that was for a handball.
Yeah, correct. I think he just had a little panic as he was on the floor there. The youngster just grabbed it.
On only one previous occasion, Fiorentina had less than 4 points after the first 7 games of a Serie A season. That was back in 77-78. Of course, they have 3 points right now from 3 draws. They have though dropped 8 points from winning positions this season. They only dropped 10 in the whole of last season. So they have been getting in front in games, but not been able to hold on to the lead.
That just comes from a lack of confidence. Desperate to see out a result. As it stands, if they do take a point tonight's game, they'll be at the bottom 3.
Now Stefano Pioli would look to celebrate his 60th birthday tomorrow with his first league win of the season. Said in his press conference, look, 500th game, 60 tomorrow, come on. Surely there's something in that for me. Dodo. Nicolucci Caviglia. Fagioli. Big cross in by Ranieri. Take from Mike Maignan. Salamakas up to Rafael Leao.
Unlucky. That's a position that I think you'll try and pick up a lot more. Just going out to that left-hand side and try and find a little bit of space, a bit of freedom. He really tightly marked Leao all night.
Astonishing, Don, that he hasn't scored a Serie A goal at home in 17 months. Stefano Pioli was the manager the last time he scored a Serie A home goal.
Talent he's got. Can't quite believe that, can you? Maybe that's what he needs to find in his game, that bit of ruthlessness. You know, if you're in front of goal, don't be happy just assisting or putting one on a plate. Go and get your own numbers up.
Ranieri. Gosens. Although had come into a central midfield position but wasn't used.
I mean, Allegri must be thinking Jimenez. It's just, I'm not sure how actually fit he is, match fit he is. After playing for Mexico, how many minutes has he got in his legs?
Fagioli. Colucci Caviglia had to go from range. When he got hold of it,
Worth a hit. He wasn't closed down. Obviously not easy to score past Mike Maignan from there, but it was worth a hit.
Juventus as a youngster. Nicolucci Caviglia had 16 years there from the age of 8. Left for Venezia and has worked his way into the Italy squad. That was his challenge, which is going to result in a yellow card.
Yeah, he took a sloppy touch. Nothing at the ball, so it's definitely a yellow card. Down on Ricci.
Stretching for it, wasn't he? Nicolucci Caviglia. Fagioli. Hold off after Kame.
Be careful on a yellow card. After Kame. Got a chunk of his shirt there.
Fagioli. Dodo. Good run. And options in the middle as well. Chested behind for a corner.
Good run that from Dodo. That's what he can do. That's what he can do a little bit more. Go and take part of Saguillon, get to that byline, stand up across.
Well, he says Roberto Carlos and Cafu are his biggest inspirations, and there was shades of those two there, wasn't there?
He's got that in the locker, you know. That's his strength. He's got a good turn of pace. He's good in a wide area.
Almost 10 gone in the second half. Mandragora to take this corner. Headed clear by Gavia. Out as far as Fagioli. Still plenty in the box. In purple. That's a good header too into a dangerous area, and it's turned in! Robin Gosens for Fiorentina. 10 minutes into the second half. It's the side in the bottom three who take the lead at San Siro.
And it's probably been deserved. It's been a very, very tight game, but their organisation tonight, Fiorentina, has been exceptional. And that's all they've been missing from a wider area. It was a good delivery in the box. This time it was a really good delivery from Fagioli. They win first contact. Moise Ken had the original effort, and Ranieri wins the header at the far post. Ken there had what I thought is a little nod on goal, Magnon save, and then as he sticks the left boot out on the line there, he can't really miss there. Gosens, an easy tap in. The easiest goal he ever scores.
It's a messy goal, but it's a big goal as well.
Yeah, I thought Moise Ken didn't. I actually thought in real time Moise Ken got a touch, but he didn't. That's probably what threw the goalkeeper, Mike Magnon.
Well, you were talking about this, Don. Jimenez. He is going to come on now after they've conceded the opening goal. They've lacked that focal point. Milan, he's been much maligned at times, Jimenez, during his Milan career, but whilst he hasn't yet got a league goal this season, I thought that he's led the line well after Kame, who's on a booking, has been taken off. Has been away with Mexico, Jimenez. So it won't be perhaps at his freshest, but he's got a big role to play here.
Yeah, I think what he can do now is just play the width of the 8-yard box, make sure you stand still. Salamakers will come out to this right-hand side. Change that I actually thought Allegri could have made at half-time, in truth. But he knows his players, he knows how fit Jimenez is. Shock scoreline though in San Siro. They have deserved it.
Moise Ken. Fagioli. Fiorentina want more goals. Big opportunity for them tonight with Milan having so many important players out injured.
Might be the shock they need. It might be the shock that Milan need to go behind to and force some sort of issue. They've been way off it tonight. I would say though, I give Fiorentina a lot of credit for their organisation.
They played well, showed intent in the second half as well. Of course, that goal at the moment takes them out of the bottom three.
mentioned it, 0-0. They had a point to hang on to. 3 would be incredible.
Back up on the far side of Milan, keen to get on with it. Ricci.
Feels as though for momentum-wise, it'd be a bad loss for Milan to suffer. Form they've been in, unbeaten in 5, 4 straight wins before the Juve game.
Well, it does help them that they haven't got European football, but it also adds a bit of pressure as well, because it means because you haven't got those extra responsibilities, you've got to put it all in and you've got to get the results when you get your league game comes around.
Totally agree, and it can help the players that are injured, not playing 2 games a week. So I want the physios to try and get those players back fit again. I don't know European football.
Ricci. Tamori. Oh, nice link-up play. Tamori looks to try and prod one towards goal.
Fofana's been quiet tonight. There's a midfield player that can get in the box.
Marcus couldn't quite keep it in.
Legs looking handy to me. Fofana doesn't look sharp.
He's one of the ones that hasn't been away. Yellow card shown to Fofana.
Yeah, the reaction. Probably a lot of frustration that.
Just trying to calm everyone down here. Allegri. Inadvertently caught Ranieri.
Got to say Ranieri made the most of that though.
You're right about the momentum side of things, Don. And that's the flip side, isn't it? Of not having European football, because if you're in a situation where you lose a game like this, if you can bounce back quickly, albeit in Europe in the week, it gets you back up and running again.
Yeah.
They would have to wait till next weekend for the next game.
Totally true, yeah. That's exactly what you want to do off the back of a bad result, get back on the horse again.
A long way still to go here, though. Says it all. Gosens' goal, the difference. Concerned expressions on Milan's faces.
Actually, I take it back there where I thought Ranieri made the most of it. He's actually got a bloody nose, so I take that back.
What a place this would be for Fiorentina to get their first league win of the season. Just down to 10 for a moment here while they treat Ranieri on the sideline. Dragger. Change of shirt for Ranieri. They keep the ball here, Fiorentina, with the player off the pitch.
Gives them a huge boost in confidence as well. You do take the lead.
Salamakers. Jimenez didn't react quickly enough. Pongracic did. Mazzini.
He's carried the ball well tonight, Mazzini.
It was reported several Serie A teams wanted him over the summer. He was linked with Bologna and Lazio as well. Leao. Oh, good effort! Wonderful goal! That is what he can do! And out of nothing, Milan are on terms. And that is some goal from the talent that is Rafael Leao.
Oh, that is a great finish. That is a brilliant finish. really unsighted. De Gea. That's what Allegri and Milan needed. Moment of magic.
His first home league goal in 17 months, and you have to sympathise with Ranieri and Fiorentina. I remember saying about a minute before the goal done, it's important they keep the ball, and promptly afterwards they gave it away cheaply. And I've got to say, the game management, I know it's not easy to keep the ball, but the game management there from Fiorentina with a player off the pitch was terrible. It was so naive. And now Milan are in the ascendancy. Pavlovic in towards Fofana.
Couldn't quite see it in real time, but I'm not sure if Ranieri, was he back on the pitch?
No.
Right. Got to keep the ball then.
And the ball where they gave it away, where they put it at risk, was really needless. And you just think you just play it between the centre halves for a minute if you can, but it gave Rafael Leao the chance, and boy, he took it. Can they build on that goal?
Sometimes when you're a big side at home and you go behind, sometimes when you give up a goal, it can give you a jolt, get the adrenaline back in the system, give you a shock to the system. And now they should be on the front foot now, Milan.
Of all the coaches he's had in his career, Rafael Leao, I would say the one that's got the most out of him is Stefano Pioli. What an irony in the fact that having gone so long without a home goal in Serie A, it's against his former boss's team that he ends that drought.
Yeah, I think Pioli tried to build a side for Leao. Theo Hernandez at left back, yes. Players in midfield that can get around the place. Tonali was the player that played on the left of the three, so they've done a lot of covering for him.
Salamakis. I have to say, it didn't look like a goal was coming at that point for Milan.
They needed that spark, they needed that moment of genius. He needs to be more selfish. You've got that talent, you've got that strike in the locker. You can't get more shots in goal.
Allegri has said that he's been working really hard in training. Rafael Leao, since he was let go from the Portuguese squad early, building up his fitness. He's got his side back into this. There's a long way still to go. Ranieri. Forward towards Moisken. Straight away has Pavlovic at his back. Very physical from
Good tussle.
Pavlovic.
Good tussle. Good strength as well from Moisken. He knew he was getting pushed to the back to try and knock him off balance. Tried to get a corner out of it.
Modric. Tomori. Leao. Ricci. Tomori. Fofana. Salamakis. Can't get hold of it at the moment, Fiorentina.
Yeah, they look sharp now, Milan, since they've got the goal though. Moving the ball better.
Leao. Tried a really difficult pass. Mazzini up against Modric. The running that Modric is doing. The ground that he's covering is... Well, we promised he wouldn't mention his age, so I won't, but...
Up against the 22-year-old there. That paced him.
here. Gosens who's going to make way. We're going to see Gudmundsson come on too. Mazzini will make way. Gudmundsson, an Icelandic international, his great-granddad, who was also called Albert, played for Arsenal and AC Milan. He was Iceland's first pro footballer, played for Milan in the late 1940s. And his granddad, rather his great-granddad, went on to become a politician in Iceland and was the Minister of Finance. Modric floats it in there. Good delivery too, but watched wide by De Gea. Gabia up from the back.
Well, they're going to need Gudmundsson to try and get on the ball, to try and take Fiorentina higher up the pitch. That's what you need. You need a ball carrier, just when you're under pressure. The longer the game goes on, Fiorentina will just drop that little bit deeper, trying to hang on to a point.
The Adobe Women's FA Cup kicks off next weekend, and TNT Sports will have the first match to ever be televised from the opening round, with Middlesbrough hosting Cheadle Town. Those two were in a title race last season, which Borough came out on top in. That's live from midday Saturday on TNT Sports 1. And of course, not long now until the Emirates FA Cup gets underway, with 8 matches for you across the weekend of the 31st of October. Fofana with the header, and saved by De Gea.
That was better from Fofana. He should have the licence now, the second half, last 20 minutes to try and break from midfield and go and get in the box when those crosses are coming in.
What an amazing game potentially we've got coming from Naples next Saturday. This Saturday coming, 5:15 we start. Napoli, the champions, against Inter, with whom they fought for the title until the final day last season.
What a contest that's going to be. Couldn't pick your winner there.
Well, you would say the same, Don, about the title race right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, correct. A hard league to win.
Very difficult title to defend, as we've seen in recent years. Milan hoping to be in that particular conversation. Modric with the header, Fofana. Wild.
Keeping an eye on Leo. I don't know if he's signalled to the bench that he might be struggling. Might need to get his second win. They need him.
Wonderful players during his playing career. Stefano Pioli, things like Platini and Baggio.
Say no more.
Batistuta.
Keep going.
And of course was coached by Trapattoni as well. Claudio Ranieri was another coach of his. You pick a lot up on those sort of guys, wouldn't you? Ricci.
Platini and Baggio. Yeah, mate. Maybe worth 200 million each.
Yeah.
Today's market.
Yeah. Handball given. The thing I've always found interesting about Pioli is that he has a little-known love of basketball. He's an LA Lakers fan. And he said before that he sees similarities with football in the construction of the attack and defence.
Amazing, isn't it?
He can take things from different sports.
I can remember I read Guardiola's book, that's confidential. He talked about a relationship he had, I think, with a swimmer or something in terms of underwater polo, on sort of how to take penalty kicks, and he brought that into training, brought that into a match day scenario. Fascinating. not just football.
Fagioli. And Dodo hit one. While you're on chess, I know he's not playing tonight, but I read the other day that Christian Pulisic played Magnus Carlsen at chess. He lost in 7 moves.
Yeah, I think he's the world #1, or was the last time I checked.
Yeah, Pulisic is a big chess fan. Gabbia. Final quarter of an hour left to poised at 1-1. Moments of individual brilliance really from Rafael Leao, getting Milan on terms after Robin Gosens had prodded home from less than a yard out to put Fiorentina in front. Only 8 minutes between those two goals. Pavlovic. Obasagi. Ricci and Jimenez! Oh, what a save! Brilliant stop by David De Gea.
Oh, fantastic football all round. A brilliant ball in from the left-hand side, and Jimenez was trying to get contact on it. Lovely ball in. Did get contact, trying to whip it around, but what a save from De Gea. Must have thought after the contact Jimenez he'd scored.
Referee just holding up the taking of this corner. Numbers forward for Milan. Modric swings it in. Gabbia who got his head to it. But it may be will feel the level of goalkeeper that he is there, that he might have done better, maybe saw it late, the shot from Rafael Leao, but
I think so.
What a save he's made from that effort from Jimenez.
Fantastic save. I just wonder, because when you take a shot from distance, top-class goalkeeper must get a couple of seconds to try and get the flight of it, of the shot, which was a brilliant one from Leao, but he must have been unsighted.
They've done well to get 76 minutes out of Moise Kean, with him carrying an injury, and he's replaced by another player who was in the latest Italy squad, Roberto Piccoli. Made his debut as a late sub in the 3-0 win over Israel. Very good in the air, Piccoli. There was only 3 players won more aerial duels in Serie A last season, and only one of those was the centre-forward Milan Djuric. Got double figures for the first time in a league season last season with Cagliari. Leao.
Has been a feature how Fiorentina tried to defend against Leao. They've really got touch tight on him.
Obasagi.
Modric over the last 5-10 minutes is just starting to find a little bit of room. Probably because Fiorentina took a step backwards. It's gone back 10 yards. Modric in the centre circle, standing still to get the ball.
Ricci.
High on that left-hand side.
Over towards Pavlovic it goes. Obasagi. Modric. Leao. Tomori. Fofana. Salamakers. By Parisi.
Half position this when you're the away player in this environment, and you've got to want one to try and hang on to. Sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't. You try and attack and go and get the the winner to sit in your shape and take a 1-1.
Panic clearance that. Come here to Ricci. Matasaki. Ranieri got it clear.
It can leave you in a little bit of no man's land. Tactically not sure what to do.
Holding his head here. Ricci. And that collision with Piccoli. They just must still be lamenting the fact that that goal came with Ranieri off the pitch, Dom. As you can see there, he's got his arms outstretched, wanting to come on.
Yeah. As you said, I think you've got to tactically do something different, try and keep the ball or hit a really long ball and get territory. Great goal look from the hour's point of view. Those are the small margins. You know, if you're a coach like Pioli and you think, we're unlucky there, we're down to 10 men and conceded.
Salamakis. Pavlovic. Liao, lovely flick. Ricci. Santiago Jimenez. And goes down, holding his face. And Modric thought about hitting it. Still down here, the Mexican international. Referee stopping the game. This is clearly going to be interesting to see again.
Yeah, hard to see in real time. I think you better pull the trigger. Asking for a handball maybe, but I didn't see that one. There's a little pull back. I mean, it's not in the face. I mean, it's embarrassing how he goes down, but there was a little nudge on his shoulder towards his neck. It's embarrassing why he's holding his face, though. Got to say.
Well, they are looking at this.
Just whether the VAR team think there was sustained holding or not.
It's Rosario Aviso, who's the VAR tonight, assisted by Alejandro Di Paolo. He watches on with hope. Is there enough in this to warrant a spot kick?
It is embarrassing why he's holding his face though. He's getting an ice pack to his face. The contact was on the shoulder or the side of the neck.
Parisi, who's the Fiorentina player involved. Referee being surrounded at times here by players from both sides who are keen to make their point. They're having a good long look at this, so they're clearly feeling there might be something in it. How long they're looking at it. Looks as though some information is coming now. Huge moment in the game, this. Remember, a night where Milan are looking to go top of the table. Some of their injured players looking on. Risky and Pulisic amongst them. Ranieri's first instinct on was to tell Jimenez just to get up, and he felt he was so soft.
Yeah, you would, because you're trying to play that poker game if you're Ranieri. You're trying to convince the referee there's nothing in it. Big question is, will the VAR team ask the referee to go to the monitor? And the answer to that is going to be yes.
Well, the challenge was by Parisi, one of the Fiorentina substitutes, on Santiago Jimenez, who's come off the bench for Milan, and the referee has decided, or been advised, to go across to the monitor and have a look at this.
I mean, the contact is nowhere near the face. The argument is it sustained holding on the shoulder? I still think it's embarrassing from Jimenez's point of view to clutch your eyes and go down and get an ice pack. Just how the referee sees it. If you're Jimenez, you want the penalty. If Parisi is saying no contact.
Well, the mind is made up, and now we await confirmation of the decision here.
I think you'll give it. I think he'll give the penalty.
Allegri looks pretty confident they're going to get the spot kick here. Penalty. And with just over 5 minutes to go here, the chance for Milan to go in front. Parisi shown the yellow card. Now, who takes this is going to be interesting, because they've had one penalty this season. It was Pulisic who took it and missed against Juventus.
Well, if I was Leao, I'd be standing right there saying, give it to me. I would demand this penalty if I was Leao. Can't make yourself a hero. Put your head on the block. Go and take it. Can't be a hero.
Well, he's placed it with purpose.
Back yourself. Back your technique.
Rafael Leao up against David De Gea.
Don't second guess yourself. Got the technique. Find a corner.
Leao for Milan. Goal! He's the star man tonight. Got the equalising goal, and now puts Milan in front. And as it stands, they're heading top of the pile.
And I love that about Leao. Willing to put your neck on the block. Go and take the penalty. Don't be the hero. Back yourself. Make sure you send the goalkeeper the wrong way and hit that side net. It's good technique, hard and low. Potentially match winner for Milan. And a massive 3 points. We'll see them go top Serie A. Head down, lovely technique.
His first goal in Serie A this season, and how he stepped forward in this second half. And as I mentioned, the 2 goals that have turned this game around, as it stands, will put Milan above Inter, Napoli and Roma, a point clear at the top of the table, as Pioli here makes changes in reaction to the goal. Mandragora is taken off, Nicolussi Caviglia is off, and his return from injury for Son, the Swiss international, and Edin Dzeko, former Inter player, has come on here. But there'll be so much regret in this night for Fiorentina. Conceded the equalising goal when they gave the ball away, knowing that they were a man down with Ranieri off the pitch. Awful game management. And then they concede from an unavoidable penalty as well, having got themselves in front of San Siro.
And that's why you can never put the blame on a manager or a coach sometimes. What could Pioli do about Steve not keeping the ball? And then what could he do about Parisi giving a foul away, a penalty away? What can you do as a coach?
His frustration spilling over there, having words with Santiago Jimenez Ranieri. There's still time yet for Fiorentina. 2-1 down with 2 minutes to go. Floated in there by Fagioli. Header clear by Pavlovic.
Got to credit that man and shot there though. Coming up big tonight for Milan. Leao scored a brace.
In towards Edin Dzeko, just lost his footing. There still might be a chance yet. Fiorentina looking to apply pressure in the closing stages. Dzeko's cross. And Dodo to the back post, and it's blocked. Blocked by Bartasaki, but Fiorentina are asking questions here, Don.
Yeah, we'll be bypassing that midfield now with Piccoli and Dzeko. Bypass the midfield and get the crosses in the box, trying to create some sort of chaos.
Dzeko is on a 6 here. referee has held up the play and left it to these changes. Yeah, it is going to be the changes. So Salamanca did them really well to play 89 minutes here, carrying an injury.
I guess your brownie points with a manager that does when you play when you're not 100% fit, willing to put 90 minutes in the bank for the team and the club.
Tony de Winter comes on, the Belgian international. It's going to be interesting to see how much added time we get.
The VAR check, you'd imagine close to 5. Got to bypass the midfield, get that ball forward a lot earlier, Fiorentina.
Yeah, they'll hope that Dzeko can cause some chaos in the 6 minutes we've got left.
Not time.
Goodmanson was there. Parisi's up there.
I always think it's fascinating being an ex-pro when you're watching games and you can see the dynamic of a game will never ever change. It. When Fiorentina had that point to hang on to, they went really, really deep. Now they've given up and gone behind. Now they're back on the front foot. It's amazing what an in-game scenario does for you. Why couldn't they do this at 1-1? That's what the fans are at.
Ranieri being pulled back there. It's a free kick now in a great position for Fiorentina, particularly with Dzeko on the pitch.
Yeah, so go and put it in there. Go and put some quality in the box.
Is there something left in this game for Fiorentina? Yes, they'll be frustrated about the way they conceded the equaliser and the penalty too, but they have played, on the whole, pretty well tonight, Fiorentina.
Can Parisi receive himself after giving the penalty away? Can he put the assist in the box?
Got to be good delivery. Headed clear by Gavia. Modric with the header. Now the chance of the counter. Well worked that though by Pongracic.
The outlet down. I hope for his sake it's just a case of crap.
Holding it. Initially seems to be holding the hamstring area there.
Hopefully the way he's holding that leg isn't such a cramp. Can't afford another one to go down. So far.
Should mean a little bit more added time. Now coming off here.
Standing ovation, well deserved.
Yeah, he's certainly showed his work tonight. Lovely individual goal and then cool from the spot.
Love the way he wraps that right foot around it, hard and low, just keeps the goal to the eye.
They really needed him to step up tonight with so many big names out. I think of the likes of Pulisic and Rabiot. And it's Valentien, who's a teenage Dutchman, who's come on here, signed for ADO Den Haag over the summer. The initial plan was to put him with the under-19 squad, but Allegri was so impressed with what he saw in training that he's kept him with the seniors. Parisi. Pavlovic won it in the air. Simonson. Dodo. Ranieri staying forward here. Look at that.
Great.
Modric.
Brilliant. We say it every single week. Yeah, tactically it's not been a master plan this from Allegri's point of view. It's about the character of the team, willing to dig in, willing to scrap for 3 points. They've done it so far.
Only slid in to make sure it didn't reach Valentien.
I do feel for Pioli. I really do as a coach. What can you do? You give up a goal when your team's down to 10 and then Parisi gives the penalty away. The needless shirt pull or arm around the shoulder. I feel for him tonight being back in San Siro.
But whilst he's in charge of a team that would appear to be going now 7 games without a win in the league, you you would look at the performance and say there are things you can hold on to, cling on to, that things will get better.
100%, totally agree. Yeah, the league table doesn't tell the picture, does it?
Because they seal it here and finish it off. It's a block by Pongracic. And now Fiorentina will get forward. Still time for them yet. Godo. De Vinto with the header. Valencia. Is there another big moment left in this game? Fagioli.
Again, you can't knock the effort of the Fiorentina players.
Floated up towards Dzeko. Good knockdown was.
I think Gudmundsson went a tad early. Didn't read the knockdown from Edin Dzeko. Yeah, I think the Fiorentina players have definitely put it in. So the Milan players, to be fair. It's been a game full of commitment. Sometimes you've just got to scrap and dig in and make sure you come out victorious.
Come out here to Gudmundsson. Just couldn't keep his footing, the Icelandic international. Jimenez. Fiorentina were desperate to try and win it back. It's a big contribution from the bench from him to win the penalty, from which Milan, it would appear, are going to take all the points here. And what a big result with so many players missing is going to be this for Allegri.
Well, that's it, and he can lean on the fact that his players, and he's starting 11, and players like Jimenez, who have been away on international duty, were still willing to dig in and give every minute for the team. Whether you're starting the game and coming off, or coming off the bench to come on, try and have an impact.
Referee lets them go off. Parisi. Surely this is the last attack, the 7th minute of added time. Got to go into the box where Dzeko is waiting. Fagioli. Too much on it. Headed down though to Ranieri. Is there one last chance? Cleared by Tomori. Fagioli. And still. And Pongracic is well off target.
Got to go wide to Dodo. That was the pass. Can't be shooting from there.
Ranieri out on his feet. They've given so much, Fiorentina, but it's not enough. Allegri's side take the points. Rafael Leao hailed the hero. A lovely individual goal to equalise. And then the penalty that has ultimately sealed the points. Pioli's wait for a Serie A win goes on. Jimenez won the penalty after coming off the bench with so many players missing. It's a huge 3 points for Milan, who go top of the pile. Full time, Milan 2, Fiorentina 1. Stefano Pioli unhappy with the referee's award, I would presume, of that penalty. Those complaints go on, but there is confirmation that Milan are top of the pile. What a race for the title we are going to have in Italy this season. So often, so competitive, isn't it? And it's surely going to be that way. Again, we're not that far off the first Milan derby of the season, by the way. That's coming up in November. Inter and Napoli meet this coming Saturday. Roma also on 15 points. Bologna are playing well. Como up to 12. They've beaten Juve this weekend. What a league. And Fiorentina, sadly for them, remain in the bottom 3 with Genoa and newly promoted Pisa. Loads of football to look forward to. The Champions League, 17 matches live. This midweek, Jose goes to Newcastle with Benfica. Man City head to El Madrigal. Liverpool, having lost 4 in a row, go to Frankfurt. That won't be easy. Chelsea at home against Ajax. And it's the Glenn Hoddle derby in the Principality. Monaco against Tottenham. Some cracking games in the Europa League and the Conference League. as well. Our next live Premier League game, Brentford against Liverpool. First round game in the Women's FA Cup as well. Two teams who fought out a battle for a league title last season, Middlesbrough and Cheadletown. And 8 matches from the Men's FA Cup first round. So much to look forward to with terms of live football on our channels. He's the